My name is Deb Stratas. I'm 64 years old and I'm a writer. I've written 8 books, mainly historical fiction, and really enjoying spending my time writing, researching, editing, and talking about brave women in World War II England. I've been a voracious reader ever since I was little, but I worked for IBM for a long time. I was a learning designer, so I wrote these big management programs. So I did have a lot of experience with business writing. I wanted to really do something completely different. I always had this voice inside me that wanted to write more fiction. And I read a stat somewhere that said 97% of people that say they're going to write a book never do. And I thought, I'm going to be one of that 3%. When you look at what the women had to go through and survive in World War II England, they had to send their children away to be evacuated. You know, their sons and their husbands are off fighting in war. Then all of a sudden they had to now take on roles like going into the Wrens or the ATS, the Army, all kinds of different things. So I feel like those stories are getting lost. So I want to raise up those profiles and keep telling the stories of these brave women. I've always been really into research, so even to this day when a reader writes to me and says, oh, I felt transformed, I felt like I was back in that space, that means the most to me because that means I got it right. The writing process, it only takes me about 4 months to write the actual book, but it's a whole long thing with editing and so on afterwards. I really hope with my books to leave the legacy that anything is possible as far as, you know, what you want to try and do later in life. I only started writing when I was 57. I'm 64. I have 8 books now, so you can do it. Do I have a number of books that I still want to write? I really don't, but maybe 6 more. I don't know. I'm still young. I have lots of time to decide. Yeah. I think my wellness journey started as I approached 60 years of age. I think almost all women, you start to lose muscle mass after the age of 40. And if you don't change your diet, you're going to start gaining weight. So you really have to take control of it. Instead of counting calories or thinking about what I can or can't have, I just try to eat a certain amount of protein per day. When you eat a lot of healthy protein, you feel full. So you're not sort of craving those potato chips or the sugary things as much. I still have a sweet tooth, so I indulge in that a little bit, but I really try to focus on that protein forward type of diet. That combined with exercise. So I work out now 6 days a week, 30-40 minutes a day, and a variation of strength, cardio. With those 2 things, I've lost 15 pounds in the last about 7 months. So I feel really good about that. And I'm just going to keep continuing on with that journey. The other thing that I really try to focus on is positivity and gratitude. When you are retired, you can look around a little bit more and you do realize how lucky we really are in this world. You know, we have beautiful nature outside. I have my beautiful grandchildren, my children. When you do focus on that, it's amazing how you attract more positivity in your life. So this is a book that my beautiful daughter made for me. It's a photo book of when we went to a Buckingham Palace garden party in 2015. It's quite an interesting path to get to be living together with my daughter and her family. When I retired from IBM, I had the idea, why don't we move together, share expenses, I can help with the kids. And then 2020, the pandemic hit. So it was quite serendipitous because, you know, if we'd been apart, we couldn't have seen each other much through all of the isolation that we went through, and I was able to help. It's really been great. We have enough separation that, you know, they can do their thing. I can come down here and, you know, be peaceful and immerse myself in World War II London and my books and do my research and my writing. But at the same time, I get to see my grandchildren every day. It's also given me some company and some security, thinking as I get older, maybe not as mobile, I'll be here, they'll be able to help me out. So it's kind of one generation to the next generation kind of thing. My daughter sent me some statistic that grandparents see their grandchildren all the time live longer. So yay, hey for that. I'm hoping that that's going to be a benefit as well. Another boom sounded, but this one was further away, and Katie dared to breathe. As far as my writing is concerned, I want to keep telling these stories about brave women in World War II as long as I can. Health and wellness, I really want to keep the same path that I'm on now with really eating, protein, healthy diet, kind of just keeping going on what I'm doing and really hoping that, you know, my health continues to be as great as it has been and my mobility is fantastic. I can do stuff. But yet my granddaughter says, you're still squishy enough for hugs, Grammy. So I like that too. Hello, I'm at Dartington Hall in Devon. And this is where my writers' conference is, the Historical Novel Society. You really have to think about the fact that, let's say you're retiring, you're not You're not dying, like it's the beginning of something new. I have a friend that used to say it's retiring, like getting new tires on the car. So that's the way you need to look at it. It is an ending of sorts, and you have to be grateful. I mean, I had a fantastic career at IBM. I'm really happy for all the people I met all over the world and the relationships that I still have. But that was just one phase, right? And so, the next phase is really of your choosing. And if you've been smart and financially and so on, that you can make some choices about the things that you want to do, really dig down and think about what is it that you really love and care about and are passionate about. I just say seize it, go for it. You still have a long, long life to go.